This is Lord Garmadon. Welcome to Chatting with Brooke, Cosplay Girl.
I am so sorry,
Hello. It's okay.
Rick.
It's
I'm
okay.
so sorry, so
It's, o-
sorry.
it's
I, I,
okay.
I went to yoga, and I'm still like kind of jet lagged after coming back from France. So locked myself out.
It's
That's
okay. It's okay. You're good.
good. All right. So now I'm all yours.
Yes. How are you doing today, Mark?
Mm. Bit more relaxed. I was in France for almost 2.5 weeks, and I
Hmm.
hadn't gone to yoga for a bit, so I was just getting back into the saddle. I'm a very diligent practitioner.
Hmm.
I did do a little bit of yoga, but when I was in France, but I confess most of the time was devoted to just walking around, eating cheese, and drinking
Hmm.
wine.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Beth, did you notice my costume?
yeah. I noticed your costume. You're all ninjaed out.
Hmm.
It's good. Um, so, what- so you probably have a format of questions you want to dive into.
Yes, I do. I always ask this question first. How did you
Okay.
get into acting, voice acting?
Well, I was living in New York City, and I came back to Vancouver, which is where I'm from.
Hmm.
And I was sort of giving serious thought to my future because I'd spent the better part of, 14 years just pursuing music in New York City
Hmm.
in different sort of R&B bands and stuff like
Hmm.
that.
Hmm.
And I thought, Vancouver didn't have the same kind of opportunities that way. So a
Hmm.
friend of mine said, well, you like going crazy at parties and doing those stupid voices. Why don't you just do that for a living? And I'm like, get out of here. That's crazy talk. How can I possibly get into that world? But because I had a lot of musical experience, I wasn't intimidated by the idea of recording, in a studio.
Hmm.
So I thought, oh, I was just flying blind. I thought, what can I do to make myself appealing to agents? Oh, I better put together some kind of demo with a lot of variety and show that I can be how young I could be, how old I could be,
Hmm.
different accents and stuff like that. So
Hmm.
I didn't really have a lot of guidance. I just sort of felt my way around, and I got a lovely agent who started sending me out for things. And then, like, I think my third audition, I snagged a role on a show called Shadow Raiders, which was sort of one of the first digitally animated
Hmm.
cartoons that was made by Mainframe. And I had a large part. And suddenly I went from like nobody, nothing to being a king of a planet in outer space. How important is
Hmm.
that?
That's cool.
That was cool. And I met all these other, very talented voice actors who looked at me and said, "Who the hell are you?" So I was like, "Oh, I don't know how welcoming this environment is," but I just
Hmm.
watched what other voice actors did in the studio, and I was like, "Dang, they can like go off script when they want to. Is that cool?"
Hmm. Hmm.
Uh, and apparently it was cool. I mean, as long as it served the show and you didn't go nuts for 10 minutes. So I learned everything in the studio just by watching by other people's examples.
Hmm. That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah. Do you
Hmm.
want to be a voice actor?
I am currently in art and animation school right now. I'm learning
Yeah.
animation.
You want to learn how to do this is digital animation, I'm
Yeah,
assuming.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
like that.
And I'm also taking art as well.
That's great. Well, that's really my background. Like I come from, an art history background. I wasn't really an actor or anything
Oh, I
like
did
that.
not know that.
No, no, not. I mean, I'm
That's
a big
cool. That's
fan.
cool.
I'm a big fan, and I spend a lot of time doing, research for
Hmm.
different roles and stuff like that. But I
Hmm.
didn't go to like acting school. In fact, I spent quite a bit of time talking to animators because that
Hmm.
will give me a great indication as to how I might,
Hmm.
come up with a voice for a character based on the drawings that are rendered. So I've really come from I really come from the visual side more than
Mhm.
the thespian tradition.
Mhm. Mhm.
So yeah.
Mhm. And I graduated last year with my degree in digital gaming and simulation.
Oh snap! Are they introducing? Do your instructors talk about AI at school? Are they?
Uh-uh. Uh-uh.
Uh-uh. They're
Uh-uh.
more. That's like that is the innovation that shall not be named. Is that?
Yes, yes.
How do you feel about all that stuff?
I don't know. I just recently downloaded Chat GPT and like it helps me like make drawing sheets of characters that I want to draw. So I like that part.
Yeah.
What is your opinion on AI?
Well, I think ultimately it is a tool, and
Hmm.
it's not guilty of anything per se. I think that a lot of people who are using it right now perhaps don't have a very profound
Hmm.
knowledge of
Hmm.
art history or film history, so
Hmm.
they render things based on like the few things they know about. So it looks
Yeah.
very limited in its present application. I don't think it poses a threat to voice acting
Hmm.
because it still takes so much time to get some kind of result based on prompts. Whereas you can
Hmm.
just tell me in real time, you can just go, no, could you just make that character 5 years older? And I will try
Yeah.
and do that. But,
Hmm.
you might have to spend another half an hour with, prompting Chat GPT or whatever, or Dali or
Hmm.
whomever
Hmm.
to come up with the results that you were looking for. So
Hmm.
I'm not particularly worried. And I
Hmm.
think everybody just has to like chill out a bit.
True. That's true.
Yeah.
Oh, and I drew you something.
Oh, that's a gee whiz. Could you take a screenshot of that and send it to me? I'd love that, Brooke.
Hmm. I'll send it
Yeah.
to you. I'll send it to you.
Send it to me and I'll sign it to you and I'll send it back to you.
Okay, do you want me to send to like where you live or something?
I'll tell you can send it to my. Do you have my? I'll send you my. Excuse me. I'll send you my agency's. Oh, you have my agency's
Is it
address,
Rau?
right?
Is it
Huh?
Rau? Who's your agency?
Characters in Vancouver.
Okay, okay.
I'll hook you up.
Okay. You can send it to me. Thank you
You're
so
welcome.
much.
You're welcome.
Hmm.
So did you tell your friends that we were going to be having a conversation today?
Yes. Do you know who Giovanna is?
Of course. I Captain
Yes, yes,
Giovanna.
yes. She's been telling me. Yes, she told me. Oh, she told me about her interview with you.
Oh, well, we're going to do a much better interview than Giovanna's done it. No, I don't know. No, it was sweet. She was very sweet, and I
Yes,
enjoyed
she
talking.
really is sweet.
Take that out of this recording, Giovanna. If you listen to that, I'm just jerking around. Don't worry about
Hmm. Okay,
it.
so my second question is, how did you get into Ninjago?
Oh, well, Ninjago was quite a complicated auditioning process because you know, and if you've watched me be Lord Garmadon,
Mm-hmm.
and it's pretty fine line. Like left to my own devices, I could become very very scary, very
Mm-hmm.
very very
Mm-hmm.
scary, and sometimes that's just not going to fit the bill on
Mm-hmm.
particular
Mm-hmm.
shows.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's going out to like young kids, I feel sort of
Mm-hmm.
I have mixed feelings about that. So
Mm-hmm.
I tried to refine the my audition so that it hinted at
Mm-hmm.
something that was very dark, but then you know also there was a lot of opportunity to be very funny, uh, or at least I tried to be funny. I don't know
Mm-hmm.
whether anyone laughed at Lord Garmadon's jokes, or he was funny
Mm-hmm.
because he didn't seem to have a sense of humor. And
Yes,
then,
yes.
that's always an interesting um, challenge to render that kind of character.
Mm-hmm.
There were like a couple of callbacks. But I think if anything, won the day for me is just the fact that I can invest a lot of energy in these performances. So I think that the producers responded to the verve, if you will, that I was able to inject into the proceedings. That's what I think.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then,
yeah.
And then it was interesting too because the writers were very sympathetic, and they paid attention to the performances that we were committing to tape. And then when you have a show like Ninjago, which goes on and on and on and on,
because it's gonna turn 15 years old next year, and time goes by.
I know, and it's scary when people say, "Oh my God, Lord Garmadon, the voice of my childhood," and they go, "That makes me feel kind of ancient," but that doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't.
But the writers were the writers were really tuned into what we were doing. So they're like, "Oh, okay," and so they started to write more for us. So it felt like we were visiting a tailor shop and having a wonderful suit crafted for us. So I have enjoyed that experience tremendously.
What was it like working with the other Ninjago voice actors?
Hilarious, hilarious, and there's no greater payoff for me as a voice actor than when you do something funny, and it might mean like you've gone off script, like you're throwing an improvised line. You look across the room at the sort of semicircle of microphones with people behind them, and people are doing everything they can to make sure that they don't laugh and don't get picked up by it.
Yeah.
But when you see people like across the room, then I think, oh, I'm doing my job properly. I'm very close with a number of cast members. It's like Sam Vincent is a good friend of mine.
Yes. Did you see my interview with him?
No, but I'm going to right after this.
He's my very first guest.
Really?
Yes.
He's a lovely man. He's very generous with.
Yes, he really is. Yes, and last week, I just interviewed Michael Adamwaith, the voice of Jay.
Yeah, I'm friends with him too. And those, we have a wonderful time. We have wonderful time and great rapport with one another, and there's such a lovely level of respect, and they're very encouraging, and we encourage each other to go beyond what we feel is the norm. So people make a lot of experiments on that show. So it was a wonderful laboratory for us as actors. The whole recording environment of Ninjago.
And I also interviewed Michael Dobson too.
Another good friend of mine.
And he wanted me to ask you about the trumpet fart story. I think your side of the story.
About what story?
When he let out that fart noise where you were recording, he wanted me to ask you about your side of the story.
Well, I don't know about that. I think that we have very sophisticated technology to cancel out those extraneous accidental sounds.
Yes.
I'm going to have to ask him about that myself. It wouldn't have been an isolated incident, I can tell you that much. So that knucklehead.
Yes. And I'm trying to get Vincent Hong on here too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm sure that will come about.
Yeah, he will.
What else can I say about the experience of Ninjago? Lord Garmadon, I'd like to come back.
Yeah, I really hope Garmadon comes back in Dragon's Rising.
Do you talk to other Ninjago fans who share that the same level of enthusiasm for that character?
Yeah, I watched like online YouTube videos about Garmadon,
Yeah.
and some people they were saying that they were saying that they were saying that they were saying that Garmadon should have stayed nice for the rest of the season, and that like he shouldn't have stayed, and that like he shouldn't have turned back to evil in season 8.
Well, certainly, I tell you that was very challenging because when it became
Mm-hmm.
my character became quote unquote good,
Mm-hmm.
it was suddenly like a lot of colors were taken out of my crayon box.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so I really had to sort of go, okay, how am I going to tackle this? It wasn't impossible, but I
Mm-hmm.
think that I could be funnier and just more entertaining
Mm-hmm.
in my more evil incarnation.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that the writers and producers pay attention to what fans have to say. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
although we were very shocked when
Mm-hmm.
the feature film was produced
Mm-hmm.
and the powers that be basically told Lego, like, relax, we got this. This is not our first time at the rodeo making feature films.
Yeah,
We're,
because
we're
like
making cartoons cute.
I haven't watched the Ninjago movie. Some Ninjago fans say it's good. Some Ninjago fans say it's bad.
I just thought I felt badly about it because it had been because of our participation, the voice
Mm-hmm.
actors' participation,
Mm-hmm.
that we worked really hard to craft the identity of this show, and then it felt like it was sort of taken away from us. And
Yeah.
then I think that the people in Hollywood, as talented as they are,
Mm-hmm.
kind of turned it into something else that wasn't recognizable to the
Mm-hmm.
hardcore
Yeah, you
fans
got the
who've been there
hardcore
since the
Ninjago
beginning.
fans. Yeah,
They were
because like
like,
some Ninjago fans were saying that like the Ninjago movie didn't feel like Ninjago to them.
no, it's like they're sort of like it was sort of like they were trying to be too ironic about it. It's like, okay, how about this, guys? We'll get
Mm-hmm.
non-voice actors
Mm-hmm.
to voice the characters
Mm-hmm.
because that's cool,
Mm-hmm.
or something.
Mm-hmm.
So we felt we should have been given at least a chance to audition for these
Yeah,
characters that we crafted,
exactly. Exactly.
or like do it again and do it again and and do it, do it with the OG crew.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. True.
There's so many people. There's so many super talented people
Mm-hmm.
in Vancouver, and
Mm-hmm.
I think that
Mm-hmm.
I don't, and this is nothing against the United States or anything,
Mm-hmm.
but I
Mm-hmm.
think that Canadians looking at North American animation
Mm-hmm.
uh, bring a very particular kind of focus because
Yeah.
we're a little bit outside of the situation. Uh, and so we think about it very, 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 very carefully. And people here work very hard to make cartoons that people will love. Like
Mm-hmm.
people
Mm-hmm.
invest so much heart and soul into what they're doing. I do. I
Yeah.
try to.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it shows. Yeah, maybe
Mm-hmm.
a little. Maybe a little.
Cause like I put a lot of heart and soul into me practicing drawing.
Right. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And that also means you have to. I'm sure you do. I'm sure you will make like 25 drawings and
Mm-hmm.
throw out 20 of them along the
Yes,
way. Go,
true. Yes,
you
true.
know, and it's really asking a lot of oneself to just go like, no, that's part of the process. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's part of refining my ability as an animator, as a voice actor, as a
Mm-hmm.
musician. So much you just have to be comfortable with the idea that I've worked on this thing for 4 hours and it didn't really go the way I hoped it would go, or took on a life of its own. And now it's
Mm-hmm.
not recognizable as the thing that initially inspired me. I don't know. I mean, when I'm at home, I make a lot of voiceover experiments.
Oh, cool.
So, I'm not just sort of waiting for the telephone to ring I think about different characters that I can create or perhaps refine, and that means that I will draw my inspiration from all kinds of sources, like passages from literature, all political speeches that I read in different characters' voices to
Mm-hmm.
see whether I come up with something entirely new. And
Mm-hmm.
a lot of the voice actors I know, and I
Mm-hmm.
guess we'll talk about the
Mm-hmm.
OG people,
Mm-hmm.
are always trying to reinvent themselves and for their own entertainment. And so hopefully, you know, you don't want to be in the position where you are submitting audition recordings and you think, oh, I've done that character or a version of this character 50
Mm-hmm.
different times. That's going to be good enough. No,
Mm-hmm.
I'm always trying to reinvent stuff. There's a new show that I'm on, which is won't be coming out until I think December, actually,
Oh,
and
cool.
it's with all sorts of people. There's who's in the cast: Brendan Fraser,
Mm-hmm.
Elizabeth Hurley,
Mm-hmm.
Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I know. So that was sort of like that was like a big secret. I didn't know. It's like so people think hear this news about this audition.
Mm-hmm.
It's really secret. And it was really wild. I can't tell you anything about my character. All I
Okay.
can say it is as far away from Lord Garmadon as you could possibly imagine. And I get
Okay.
to sing, which I really love doing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really crazy, crazy story. And it's called, will tell you this, it's called Breaking Bears.
Mm-hmm.
And it's supposed to come out in December.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I have a very good feeling about it. I have a strong feeling that it'll make quite an impact on the
Okay.
cultural landscape.
I will be on the lookout for it.
Okay, do that.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, what other Ninjago lore can we disappear into? I wonder.
Okay, so what was it like working on Sons of Garmadon?
Great. I mean, my character had already been established, but again,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
you don't want to just sort of be stuck in neutral. You're always looking for different kind of inflections
Mm-hmm.
to include
Mm-hmm.
different shadings. Our director
Mm-hmm.
James Corrigal
Mm-hmm.
was very is a very hospitable director and will listen to what we have to say and go,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, well, maybe we can meet in the middle, or he'll just say, yeah, go for it, just try that. So that was that was a little bit different for me. I think my level of evil was ramping up quite a bit through that particular
Mm-hmm.
period of Ninjago production, and you just wonder like how much will they let me get away with?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I come from a film family with a long background
Mm-hmm.
in horror.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's part of my. I feel like it's almost part of my DNA to render characters like that. And I think about them. I had wanted to host a seminar on evil in
Mm-hmm.
cartoons to talk
Mm-hmm.
about
Mm-hmm.
how do you find those characters within yourself?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
How do you refine them? How do you make sure that what you're doing isn't a cliche? How do you reinvent that for yourself? So it's very, very, very much on my mind. I think I'm more. I don't want to say I'm a cultural theorist, but I'm more like a psychologist,
Mm-hmm.
really,
Mm-hmm.
than an actor. Like I think about that stuff um, a lot. I don't know what it was that in my own personality, because I'm obviously an extremely sweet, well-adjusted person.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what has allowed me to do those darker characters, because those characters represent maybe 80% of my career at this point, and including this new character whose name cannot be mentioned. So there it is. I'm much better off. I feel much more comfortable playing those types of characters. It's always tough if I get cast on something that's really for preschool kids, like for 5 or 6-year-olds. There was one time a director, I was working on my very, 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 very first show, which was called Pocket Dragons, like a million years ago. And I had to play a dragon, and a kind of evil dragon. And so I'm doing my thing, doing my dragon thing, and the director says, "Hold it, Mark, can I just stop you for a second? How can I put this? Now I know you're supposed to be a wicked dragon in this show, but you are just the wicked dragon who's hidden the magic key that lets the heroes get into the cave. You are not the evil dragon who takes anybody on a journey into the dark night of the soul." So we just have to like dial that back a little bit. So, yeah, but anyway, but that's what I'm most comfortable doing. Don't know why. There's one character that I've really, really enjoyed playing, and on the face of it, you wouldn't have thought that that would be the case, but there's a character called Rau Le Creuset on a Japanese dub called Gundam Seed. And there were a couple of moments during that show towards the end of my appearance on it that were that asked a lot of me as a performer, and people still point to it and say, I'm not saying I'm the GOAT or anything like that, but those were like, oh, I'm so glad I had the opportunity to play that character that way. So that's a character who it's kind of a parallel to Lord Garmadon in a lot of ways, I think.
I never got into Gundam. I need to.
There are only so many hours in the day. What kind of artists do you respond to? Like, what animators or artists are you looking at to go, oh, I would love to see a project rendered in that fashion? Are there any particular artists that you respond to? But is there anybody specific that you can point to, or is it more like, I guess I would have to say, what are your favorite shows based upon their animation style?
Yeah.
Which ones of those be, Brooke? Do you have any favorites that way?
I do like Animaniacs art style.
You do.
Yes.
Do you watch anything? What's the oldest cartoon that you've seen that you like?
Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Doo?
Yes.
You like Scooby-Doo?
Yeah.
I know. I grew up with Scooby-Doo. Although I'm a Johnny Quest man myself. I did not leave the house. If Johnny Quest was on. It wasn't going to happen.
I don't blame you.
Oh, my dad was so upset. He said, "No, we're going to run errands." And like, no, Johnny Quest is on in 12 minutes. So some things were not up for debate. I was a religious cartoon fan. Religious cartoon fan growing up.
Because I am such a huge fan of Hanna-Barbera, and they inspired me to go into animation. So
I know, and you think, even with all of our digital tools, even with all the digital tools that we have at our disposal, there's something like what Hanna-Barbera were able to accomplish was really quite incredible. You know, people can imagine like what it would have been like to be an animator in those days. I've even heard stories that when people were working on Snow White, Disney Snow White, it took 30 people a week to come up with 3 seconds worth of animation.
Oh, wow.
The amount of cells that needed to be drawn, it just blows my mind.
That's cool. Okay, so my next question is what is your opinion on Harumi?
On Harumi,
Yes.
Miss Little Lady Garmadon, or what? You mean did we have a relationship? Or
Yeah,
what
yeah,
happened with all that? Yeah,
yeah.
where's that spin-off series,
Mm-hmm.
Mr. and Mrs. Garmadon?
Mm-hmm. Because there are some
Well,
Ninjago fans who love and hate her.
they loved and hated her.
Mm-hmm.
Why did they love her and why did they hate her?
I think they hated her because she betrayed Lloyd, so I think that's why.
Never a good look.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I I thought she was a great character. You know, one of the characters that I really like on Ninjago
Mm-hmm.
is Dareth.
Yes, the brown ninja.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
that Dareth Dareth was played very very well, very subtly. It's again, you have to wonder, like, cartoon voice performance is not often associated with subtlety.
Mm-hmm.
But that was a very, very subtle performance that didn't bang you over the didn't bang you over the head. I don't know. I don't know how fans. I think fans really like Dara though a
Mm-hmm.
lot.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
A lot. Who's your favorite? I'm going to get you in trouble if I say who's your favorite
It's hard to choose. I have Lloyd and Kai.
ninja? Lloyd and Kai.
Yes.
Yeah. Where could you see Ninjago going for another 10 years? Like,
Hmm.
what is it? Why is it that people responded to Ninjago in such a way that it has been able to perpetuate itself for
Mm-hmm.
such a long amount of time? Why do you think that? What do you think
Hmm.
that is? Why is the reason? What's the reason behind that?
I feel like it's because of of the fans who grew up watching Ninjago.
And so people hear from, like, their big brother or their big
Mm-hmm.
sister, they go, "Oh, I gotta check this out." I,
Mm-hmm.
I don't I don't know. Like, I don't know. For example, if someone was 12 years old today,
Mm-hmm.
I wonder what they respond to, what their favorite shows are. Like, what do you think is the what do you think is the coolest new show today, in your
Hmm.
opinion?
Hmm. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Do you go to do you go to a lot of cons?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I'm going to be going to one next Saturday.
Where is that at?
It's in Houston. I live in Houston.
Oh, you live in Houston.
Yes, Houston,
Yeah,
Texas.
they have a lot of conventions there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm waiting to find out whether or not I'm going to be hitting a few conventions myself. I have put out feelers,
Mm-hmm.
and there were some things that were overseas, so I'm waiting to find out about that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd very much like to. I'd very, very much like to go because I got a soft spot in my heart for Texas for a
Mm-hmm.
number of
Mm-hmm.
reasons. But I would very much like to go.
Mm-hmm.
So when you go to a convention, what's the program? You're ready to go. You're ready
Yes,
to go
I'm
right
ready to
now.
go. Yes, I am
Thank you so
ready to
much
go.
for thank you so much for getting all dressed up for this interview.
You are welcome. I am cosplaying as your son.
Well, I'm very proud of you for doing that. I
You're
feel
welcome.
privileged that you would go to all that trouble. So
Mm-hmm.
tell me, like, what's the routine when you go to convention? Can you describe, like, a typical day for me?
A typical day when I go to Comic Con is like I walk around and look up at art that's on sale. There are a lot of artists at those Comic Cons,
Mhm.
and then sometimes I go to the voice actors because so keep in mind that some voice actors lines are very long.
For to speak to voice actors.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. Because I was at a con last month, and the voice of SpongeBob was there.
Oh wow!
Mm-hmm. his line was super long. Like some people were waiting in his line for like for like 3-4 hours.
You're kidding me.
Mm-hmm.
Because they wanted to like just interact with this person
Mm-hmm.
and get some
Mm-hmm.
signed
Mm-hmm.
merchandise and stuff like
Because
that.
because keep in mind that he's the voice of SpongeBob. He's the voice of SpongeBob. So
That's a big deal.
mm-hmm.
Have you met any cast from Ninjago at any conventions?
I'm gonna be meeting Sam Vincent in person in November in New Orleans.
In New Orleans.
Yes,
Wow, that's great.
I'm from Louisiana.
You're from Louisiana. I
Yeah,
was wondering about your voice. Where were you born?
Monroe, Louisiana. Monroe.
Monroe, Louisiana.
Yes, you can tell by my voice.
Yeah. Well, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful voice. Like
Thank
here in
you.
Canada, we don't really have very many. I won't say regional accents. We
Mm-hmm.
have a couple, but most Canadian voices are
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and there's not a lot of inflection. So I really
Mm-hmm.
love the musical delivery of your voice.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Because like I remember going to Canada when I was like 5 years old. We took a trip to Canada when I was 5.
You went to Canada when you were 5.
Yeah.
Where did you go?
I really don't remember the trip. I don't remember the trip that well.
Uh-huh. Probably more like the East Coast, not the West
Mm-hmm,
Coast.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Huh.
But we really should change that. But I talked to my mom about going to Canada again, and we might go to Canada again sometime.
Uh, yeah, because I have a kind of research project that would take me to Louisiana,
Mm-hmm,
and so I'd be very interested. I'll have to send you some questions. Maybe
mm-hmm,
either you or someone in your family would be able to
mm-hmm,
answer.
mm-hmm,
So, but to do with like the
mm-hmm.
history of the region, which
Okay,
I'm
that's
very
good.
interested
I'll let my mom know about that, and you can ask me questions, and you can ask me questions too.
in.
I don't mind.
She's from Louisiana too.
Yes, yes.
Uh-huh. Do you have brothers and sisters who are into cosplay and stuff like that?
I have 4 sisters. One's my real sister, and the other 3 are my stepsisters, and I have one stepbrother.
What are they all into?
Um, one of my stepsisters lives here in Houston. My real sister, she lives in New Orleans,
Uh-huh.
and 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 my sister is coming to the con with me in New Orleans. So this is her first con.
Oh my goodness. That's a good time of year, but that's a good time of year to be in New Orleans too. I'm sure the
Hmm.
weather's
Hmm. Hmm.
weather's nice and everything.
Hmm.
I
Yeah.
gotta go. I gotta get myself hooked up and go to New Orleans.
Hmm.
It's
If
not.
you want to ask me questions about Louisiana, I'm available. You can email me.
I will do that.
Hmm.
Well, and I'm gonna have to bounce pretty soon, but maybe we should pick up at some other point.
Hmm.
If
Hmm.
there's anything else that I can answer,
Hmm.
be
Hmm.
more than happy to.
Yeah, when I interviewed Michael Dawson, he said that whenever I come to Vancouver, um, that me and him should meet up sometime, and he'll show me around Vancouver.
That's the kind of guy he is.
Hmm.
Very sweet man.
He is. He's funny too.
He is funny.
Yeah,
Oh Lord.
he was like saying that he loved my personality.
Well, you have a very vivacious, bubbly personality, Brooke.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
I'm not surprised that he would make
Hmm.
that observation.
And when I interviewed Michael Adam Wave, he watched part of my St. Vincent interview, and he said to me, and he said to me, and and he said to me, I want to be interviewed by you. So that was sweet.
That's very that's very sweet. Michael's a very kind man too.
Hmm. 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 They are kind.
You said you scanned that wonderful Garmadon drawing that you made and
Hmm.
sent to me.
Hmm. I will
I'll
send
scan
it to
it
you.
back.
I will
Yeah,
send it to you.
yeah. Well, look, unless you have anything else to ask, I might have to like disappear back into this other
Mm-hmm.
world that I am in.
Okay, I have one more request. Can you do an intro for my podcast, Taylor Brook Cosplay Girl, as a voice of Garmadon?
What do I have to say? Do I have a little script or anything like that?
Um, um, just say that hello, this is Mark Oliver, the voice of Lord Garmadon, and you're watching Chatting with Brook Cosplay Girl.
No, that I get this that last bit, and I
Okay.
am watching Brooke.
Mm-hmm. Hello, this is Mark Oliver, and you, the voice of Lord Garmadon, and you're watching Chatting with Brook Cosplay Girl.
Chatting with Brooke, cosplay girl.
Yes.
Brooke. Okay, I'm going to record it right now. Ready? Or do you want me to just record it and send it to you with like decent microphone and everything?
Yeah. You can record it and send it to me for email.
Okay, let me do that. Let me do that because then the quality will be really good.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll do all the bells and whistles and stuff. I'll do
Yeah.
that a little bit. I'll do that a little bit later, or I'll record
Yeah.
tomorrow afternoon and send it
Oh,
to
and
you.
I have another question. Do you own any Lego figures?
I do not own any Lego figures. I was just in. Oh my gosh. I was just in France and I was looking at, of course, I can't help myself.
Oh
I
yeah,
go
if
to
you don't
places.
mind me asking, how was your trip to France?
Oh, thank you. Well, it was fascinating. I was right in the middle of France. Like if you took a dart and threw it into a map of France, that dart would land smack dab in the middle. So this is an area called Aquitaine,
Mm-hmm.
and nearby there are these ancient caves. Very
Oh,
famous place called
cool.
Lascaux.
Mm-hmm.
So if you've ever seen these illustrations on the walls of this cave of like
Mm-hmm.
people made paintings of bison and ancient horses and creatures called like rocks that don't exist anymore, or aurochs, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
That was
Mm-hmm.
that blew my mind
Mm-hmm.
because you're looking at
Mm-hmm.
these 50,000-year-old cave paintings. That was gave me a lot to think about, and then in this part of the French countryside,
Mm-hmm.
it's very beautiful. Because when you get to Paris, when I was in Paris for 9 days, Paris is a very big cosmopolitan
Mm-hmm.
city, cultural melting pot. But
Mm-hmm.
they've got everything. They've got Zara, they've got McDonald's, they got this, they got that.
Mm-hmm.
So I enjoyed the opportunity to be in this part of the country that was a little bit off the beaten track and didn't
Mm-hmm.
have those influences. But
Mm-hmm.
I went to many, 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 many museums.
Oh, that's
And,
cool. Cause my sister went to Paris. Went to Paris also. When she was in when she was in high school.
well, it's certainly inspirational, and like many trips, you don't realize how much you appreciate it until you're there on the ground and go, "Wow, this is just what I needed." And it just blows my mind too. Like
Mm-hmm.
I was walking on the Champs Elysees with my friends, and I see this huge silver dome on the landscape further down the Champs Elysees as you get closer to the Museum of the Louvre. And as I
Mm-hmm.
got there, it was a monument that had been constructed by the French government to commemorate the first launch of a hot air balloon constructed by two brothers called Montgolfier. And this
Oh,
was the first
cool.
aerial flight over Paris. So it's like, well, of course we have to build a monument commemorating that. Like, no brainer, just amongst all the other things. The place where I was staying was like a kind of medieval house.
Oh,
Like
that's awesome. That's
so
cool.
with like oak beams in the ceiling, and it's all
Mm-hmm.
like a house designed by Dr. Seuss or something like
Mm-hmm.
that.
Mm-hmm. That's cool.
I really appreciated being exposed to all this history, and then literally just around the corner from where we were was the oldest house in Paris, which used to belong to a man called Nicholas Flamel. So if you're a Harry Potter enthusiast, Nicholas Flamel has a great presence in Harry Potter as a famous alchemist. So I thought, well, that's cool.
That's cool.
House is still there. Yeah, it was cool.
Because I know that Vincent is married to his wife, and she's from France, I think.
He's got a lot of French relatives. Like he goes back and forth a lot. I have to bug him and see if we can have a conversation in French. I love the opportunity of speaking French to everybody, and it just makes me feel like a spy.
Because like Vincent Tong and his wife, like they are a really cute couple.
Yeah, very cute couple.
Yeah, they are, and his wife is really beautiful. She really is beautiful.
Yeah, she's lovely. She's a lovely woman, and he's a very lucky gentleman. That's all I can say.
That's true. He is, because Vincent is so cool.
Yeah. Yeah. It's very funny.
All the Ninjago voice actors are cool, especially you. You're really, really
cool. Yeah, sure. Get out. You say that to all the Ninjago actors. Well, Brooke, I'm going to sign off for now, but I promise I'm going to say, hi, this is Mark Oliver, the voice of Lord Garmadon, to make, and we're chatting with Brooke, Cosplaygirl.
And make sure and make sure you do your Garmadon voice too.
I know. I promise I will in my Lord Garmadon voice.
Thank you so much, Mark. And before we go, can we get a picture real quick?
Oh, sure.
Okay. We're just gonna freeze for the camera, since we're freeze for the camera. And then we're gonna do one with my mask on.
There you go. Ready? Oh yeah, we're both wearing green too. Okay.
Yes. Okay, I got it. Thank you so much, Mark.
My pleasure.
Have a good day.
You have a lovely afternoon, Brooke, and I'll send you that thing tomorrow, okay?
Yes. Thank you so much, Mark. Have a good day.
My pleasure. Bye, Brooke.
Bye.